About 2 weeks ago, I made a video on where I think Final Fantasy XIV could take their jobs and their classes to kind of save on space and weaponry. Now I'm going to actually start the series on each individual job. I think it'd just be more interesting to go over each job and how you could change it to maybe a different role, or even just remove some of the class features of the job and make it into a different job without removing all of it, or even the weaponry or the armors. So I'd like to preface this video by saying I am not a programmer, nor am I a game dev. This is just my speculation on what I think would be kind of interesting. So please don't flame me in the comments section, or you do. If you do, I'm just gonna make content out of it. Alright, today we're gonna cover how to change up Gladiator so that we can actually have a class that is not a holy knight. Like I said in the intro, is what I want to do with the future Final Fantasy XIV, or at least what I'd like to see, since we are getting up there in classes. I mean, look at this. Look how many classes we have. I don't count Blue Mage, don't count Blue Mage. But we're eventually going to run out of room here. I don't really think it's an issue, because they can just change up the way it looks, but besides the point, what I suggest doing, and I'm just speculating here, I've done this in an earlier video, why not take some of the base classes instead of the jobs and make them another split class, or split job, like Arcanist is. I talked about this earlier with like ninja, like rogue going to an assassin, or ninja, things like that. Why not do it this way? And like today, we're gonna start with Paladin. Paladin can go two ways. The first way, and which is one that this video will be about. Uh-oh. I'm dying. Please heal me. Is remove the Paladin aspect. So we start as Gladiator. Gladiator, as many of y'all know, is literally just a class of fighter. It's literally a fighter, sword and shield guy, whatever. Well, as I'm going through Gladiator, I'm like, this is kind of cool. I'm just your basic sword and shield guy, you know? But then you hit level 30, and you get sent on this, what is objectively the worst job quest line of the game, which is the Paladin. Now, people love Paladin. Don't get me wrong. There are tons of people in the world who love the concept of the Holy Knight, as well as the Dark Knight, but also the Holy Knight. With that, personally, I'm not a huge fan of the fantasy of the Paladin. Nothing against people who do, it's just not my cup of tea. However, a class that has appeared in Final Fantasy before that isn't Paladin is the Knight. And the Knight doesn't have a set of holy skills. They are literally just a tank. They're a sword and shield, or two-handed sword, depending on what game you are in, with just tankiness. So what I propose we do with the Paladin at this point is keep the Paladin class, but at level 30, or even level 50, maybe if the oh, I died. Anyway, what I propose happens is, you know, max out Paladin first. Max out Paladin. And then from there, once Paladin is maxed, you gain access at level, let's say 50. Just we'll make it even 50. Ishgard can teach you how to be a knight. You can find a knight in Ishgard to teach you how to do that. You lose the holy abilities. So we lose Confiteor, we lose, you know, stuff like that. Please heal me, please. Okay, I need to heal. Never mind. There. Yeah, we lose the healer. We lose all the healing abilities. We no longer get, we don't get the wings anymore. We won't get the wings. Although that could just be reflavored to something else. We lose Clemency. We lose Holy Spirit, and we lose Holy Circle. Possibly we can keep Requiescat. Maybe. Change it to something else, just like a stab or whatever. But from there, you know, keep this. Keep Rampart, keep Reprisal, keep Sentinel. Get rid of Passage of Arms, and get rid of Divine Veil. get rid of... Maybe not get rid of Atonement. I'm not sure on that. Keep Circle of Storms. Keep all these. Keep your 1, 2, 3, 4 combo. Nothing wrong with that. So a lot of this stuff can stay the same, but Confiteor, get rid of it. I love Confiteor, don't get me wrong. It is a cool looking skill. Probably the coolest looking skill in the game, in my opinion. But, you know, I want to be a Bulwark. Let me wield a Tower Shield. Make it so that the offhand weapon, right here, is a Tower Shield. We don't really have a whole lot of Tower Shields in the game, but give the Knight this absolute Bulwark. Make it so that they have the best overall mitigation of the game. Make them do the least amount of damage out of the tanks. That should be easy enough to do. I feel like I said, Warrior should be a higher level. Warrior should have more damage. It should have more damage output. But that's where I'd go with like an alternate version of Paladin. Is just a Knight. Oh, sorry. Like Holy Spirit could become like a bow or something, like a crossbow, like a quick little crossbow mounted to your arm or something. Like give them a little, not ranged options so much, but you know, like if you want to keep the range of Holy Spirit and the AoE of Holy Circle, keep Requiescat, but turn it into like a loading ability, like load like a hand crossbow or something, like an arm mounted crossbow, and start shooting it like that. Or another way you can go about it is make Shield Bash useful. Make Shield Bash do more damage, not be on an off global cooldown. So not only do you have Shield Bash, you now also have Low Blow, and they both actually mean something. Because good Lord knows that nobody uses Shield Bash. Nobody uses Shield Bash after like level 20. Make the whole class based around Shield Bashing people. And make it where it actually like affects bosses. Like you have like Shield Ramp, things like that. Like definitely keep Intervene, that's fine. Keep Sheltron, keep Intervention. That's fine, keep those. Give them things like that. Make them just an absolute beast of a monstrous tank where they don't take any damage. But yeah, changing the Paladin to a different like job that's not holy based would be just taking Gladiator and making them a Tower Shield Defender with less healing, but replace the healing with more defensive cooldowns and making them the defensive cooldown class. Aside from that, I do have an idea though, a different idea. If you want to go straight, say you don't want to be, you like the idea of Sword and Shield, as I know a certain other content creator does very much, and I look up to him a lot. I think he does amazing work. If you don't know who I'm talking about, it's Joe Cat. Go check out his stuff. He is an amazing content creator. But what if I want to do damage? What if I don't want to do what if I don't want to just do damage? Like, what if I don't want to be a tank? I want to be a DPS, but I still want a sword and a shield. Or I just want to wield a sword that's not a samurai. I want to be a more heavily armored sword class. You can keep the heavy armor. That's not a huge deal. Or if you want, you can make it maybe be a you know, scale mail, or like mail, like just middle of the road armor, like Reaper or Dragoon. Go back to Gladiator. Go back to your Gladiator roots and turn them into, and this has precedence, so nobody tell me otherwise. I know it has precedence because I played this class in Tactics Advanced. Be a fighter. Make them continue with the Gladiator class, but let them become fighter. Let them dual wield longswords. Because we know there's precedence for it. Let them dual wield longswords. Let them just wield a sword and a shield, but like less armor. Be a swashbuckler-esque character. We've seen a character in the gladiatorial pits. He was super important to the story. Funny enough, because the stories kind of suck. Did not wield a shield. He just wielded one sword. He had one sword and just fought like that. Let us do that. That would still free up. You know, you're gonna run out of weapons eventually, so you might as well just start using what you got and then adjusting from there, and you know, like going with that. get rid of all the defensive cooldowns and make them be a very combo heavy class, kind of like the how the Dragoon has that infinite like combo. I say infinite. It's based off of more like you know, 1 2 3 4 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4, like you go like that. You get my point. If you're a Dragoon, you know what I'm talking about. But like I said, do that. Make it where they can they're a heavy combo class. Let them be faster. Let them have a lot of movement around the battlefield. If you want to keep them with a shield, by all means do it. But maybe you want, like, for flavor, if you want, equip them with the double hand, like 2 swords, 2 long swords. Maybe not may increase their damage a little bit, but it makes them less tanky. Maybe, I don't know, something like that. I think it'd be fun. Be a swashbuckler-esque character, or even just like a fighter character. I don't know. But those are my thoughts on Paladin and how that would work. If you were going to change up the way jobs are done. I don't think they're going to change up the way jobs are done, but I do think that they're going to... Ooh, ow. They're gonna run out eventually. We know this. And like I said earlier, these are mostly stream of consciousness thoughts. I haven't really put a whole lot of thought into this. I may do later, like, actual, like, designs and how the classes would work. I'm not a game designer by any means, nor am I a programmer. I think it'd be a little fun thought experiment to do.